Welcome everybody to the mock draft, the fantasy football counselor here. I'm excited about this one, and I'm drafting at pick number 4 with the listeners. We are starting in about 10 seconds. What is going on, everybody? Let's go. First time here. What up, everybody? Everyone. Now, a lot of people did not change their name here, which I've asked you guys to change your name upon sign up, and I don't think a lot of people did, but we're going to be starting the mock draft here with everybody drafting from the 4th position. You guys know my style. We are going robust RB. We're actually starting here in 41 seconds. Again, guys, I'm going to walk through the first 5 rounds. Okay, first 5 rounds. Actually, people did change their names here. I can't even read. Where are my glasses here? So we got Steven in the house. We got George, Fistful of Dollars. Who else do we got here in the house? Mock Drafter 89, Hellfire, Fantasy Goal. Listen, all you guys are in here. What's up? Let's see. Some people say, let's go. What up, everybody? Some people don't chat, but it is what it is. So I'm going to be showing you the first 5 rounds here on YouTube, and I'm going to continue on drafting with listeners after that. If you guys haven't got it, get the 16-round draft solution link below or thefantasyfootballcounts.com to help you guys crush your leagues. Also, we're going to hear a buzzer here, I think, to kick this off. No, it doesn't have a buzzer. Listen, guys, fantrax.com/FFC. If you guys want to get on mock drafts with me in the future, fantrax.com/FFC, and I just drop it in my story mode every Monday evening, and you guys have a chance to get in. So let's go. First 5 rounds here on YouTube. Smash the thumbs up. Let me know in the comments what you guys think. And we're going to walk through. So now, if you're listening in the car, I'm going to walk you through. Oh my God, there's the siren. If you guys are in the car, I'm going to walk you through the picks. So Christian McCaffrey, Saquon Barkley, Dalvin Cook are the first picks. Now I'm going to obviously filter by running back here, and I'm going to go Derrick Henry here at 4. It's a no-brainer for me. That's who I'm rolling with at number 4. Now, there's other options. I think Zeke Elliott's going to be super consistent this year. I genuinely do. Other guys, I mean, Najee Harris, Cam Akers, I also love in the first round, more near the end of the first round. It's going to be interesting to see which running backs falls back to me here at the number 4 position when it comes back around. Because here's the thing, guys. The running backs go quick. And we saw last time mock drafting with the Counsel Nation, the running backs go quick because I implement the robust RB strategy, right? So they're going to be kind of doing kind of what I do if they listen to my content, okay? So this guy taking his time here. And let's check out the comments here. Ooh, Najee Harris coming off, number 5. I love Najee. I absolutely love him. And I just did a post today saying that I would take him over guys like Nick Chubb, over guys like Austin Eckler, over guys like, who was the other guy? I can't even think right now. I'm so excited here. Fantasy's almost here, so I'm super energetic. But yeah, I like him. I mean, you got to take a look at the work ethic. The guy's been staying after practice, being told to go home because he needs rest. Like literally, this guy is constantly working hard. He's young, he's dynamic, and obviously the Steelers invested high draft capital in him, okay? So let's go here. First 7 picks: Christian McCaffrey, Saquon Barkley, Dalvin Cook, Derrick Henry, Najee Harris, Alvin Kamara, Zeke Elliott, and Cam Akers coming off the board. And again, we're drafting with Counsel Nation people, so you're going to expect a lot of running backs to come off early, okay? And as you can see here, it gets slim and trim at running back very quickly. When you're looking at a guy like Jonathan Taylor, you're looking at a guy that is sharing a backfield with Marlon Mack, who was supposed to be slated as a starter in 2020, but literally just could not get it going. Like he got injured, he never got it going. So Taylor was the guy to take the reins, was the workhorse running back, but with Marlon Mack being back, I'm always interested to see how much volume he's going to get and if he's going to get that work. And that's going to be a bit of a slight concern for me going into this season. So I'm hoping that genuinely Taylor's the guy, but there's always that concern, okay? So Christian McCaffrey, Saquon, Dalvin Cook, Derrick Henry, Najee Harris, Alvin Kamara, Zeke Elliott, Cam Akers, Devonta Adams coming off the board, then Jonathan Taylor. So again, guys, when you got look at this guy, Mr. Big Chest went Zeke. I like Zeke Elliott. I have no problem with Zeke Elliott this year. 244 attempts last year. That's going to go up this year, guys. Genuinely and sincerely, it's going to go up. So he's as safe, as bulletproof as they come. Apparently, he's saying that he's in the best shape of his life. It's going to be interesting. Cam Akers, Devonta Adams, Jonathan Taylor, Antonio Gibson, end of round 1. Wow, that is high. And Nick Chubb to round out the first round. Again, Nick Chubb sharing the backfield with Kareem Hunt. Always a bit of a concern there, okay? Let's take a look at the available wide receivers here. You can see Tyreek Hill, Stephon Diggs, DeAndre Hopkins. And again, there's so much depth at wide receiver. And I talk about this in all my drafts, guys. All my mock drafts in the 16-round draft session. If you haven't got it, get it below. I give you all the optimal players to draft in each round and talk about the sneaky 7 for you, formula, sleepers, breakouts, dynasty. Everything's in there. All the sleepers that I like at the rookie at every position. So when you're talking about wide receivers, look at the depth here. You get Deontay Johnson, Kenny Galladay, wide receiver 1, Tyler Lockett, Cooper Kupp, DJ Moore, I don't really like. Odell Beckham, I don't really like. Claypool, Chark, Sutton, Debo, Robbie Anderson. Like, look, Jamar Chase. There's so many wide receivers to choose from, right? But when you look at running backs, it's only a handful. Now, if I filter here by running back, you're going to see here that really, like, you have Eckler, you have Aaron Jones. Aaron Jones could have another solid year, but again, he's already been incentivized. They've got A.J. Dillon. You got some question marks there. But when you look at this, guys, it runs slim and trim. Joe Mixon, pinnacle year 2018, 243 fantasy points, 8 touchdowns. We've kind of seen what his kind of ceiling is. Not exciting. Swift, they don't really believe in him. They got Williams there. They were flirting with Todd Gurley and other guys. I do like Josh Jacobs here in the second round. I had him fall to the third round in a big money league I did the other day. So I ended up going Saquon, Najee, and Jacobs in that one league. So I'm super excited about that core. Again, Jacobs is the guy. I don't think Drake's going to be a challenge there or a threat at all. Kenyon Drake is not good. And again, the mainstream told you last year, draft Kenyon Drake at the end of the first round. Total BS. So again, Jacobs, I think, is still good value, okay? So starting off the second round, if you guys are listening in the car here, we got Nick Chubb end of the first round. Antonio Gibson, a bit of a shocker here at the end of the first round, but then they went Nick Chubb at the 12th pick, and then we went Stephon Diggs to start the second round, then Clyde Edwards-Helaire, and then Tyreek Hill. A little early on Clyde Edwards-Helaire. He's typically slipping, late second, early third. I kind of see him coming there in a typical mock draft, but in this case, he came off here early second, which is fascinating. Again, better than his value last year, but he's typically a third rounder, just to note that, okay? Tyreek Hill, he's very touchdown dependent, not a volume guy, but a guy that's going to give you those big wins, those big weeks in certain weeks. I don't like the volatility with Tyreek Hill, so that's a bit of a concern to me. We got this guy going Kelsey. Now, mock drafter, everybody, I know this league filled up because a bunch of people sent me DMs and said, hey, Joe, I want in. I sent them a link. They said the league is full. So either these guys didn't change their name or it's literally a mock drafter, someone who didn't. So let me see here. Yeah, I think those are probably the computers because sometimes even though I send links out, some people register and they might not show up to the draft. So there's a chance that these people are the computer. If that's the case, that's why they probably went Devontae Adams and Kelsey. But either way, based on ADP, they're good on ADP. The question marks with Devontae Adams is, pinnacle last year, 18 touchdowns, decline imminent. And then you got Travis Kelsey, who's consistent as they come, finishing, 5 years in a row at number 1. So I'm really interested to see what happens with Kelsey moving forward. Is he going to continue to stay on top? All signs point to yes. I don't see any reason why. Austin Eckler here coming off. And again, Eckler could be a good PPR machine. I'm personally not sold on him as being a workhorse. Second round value, a lot more viable than end of first. But again, I'm personally staying away. I would have probably went Josh Jacobs there. And there he comes off right away here with Mr. Big Chest, going robust RB, Zeke Elliott and Josh Jacobs. Again, the workhorse running backs that are slated to get a ton of volume, okay? What else do we got going here? My phone's ringing off the hook here. We got Aaron Jones here coming off the board mid-second round. So we went Diggs, Helaire, Tyreek Hill, Austin Eckler, Josh Jacobs, Aaron Jones. It's going to be interesting to see who falls. To me, the only real workhorse that I'm seeing here that I kind of trust is David Montgomery. You can make a case for James Robinson, predicated that Travis Etienne is going to be a pass-catching guy, which I really doubt. I think they're going to work him in. Melvin Gordon, I'm not sold on. I think he's going to lose his job to Devontae Williams. Mike Davis, again, he's not really a true workhorse running back. He is slated as a starter in Atlanta. But again, so was Todd Gurley last year. I'm just not sold on that situation. So literally, workhorse running backs are gone. Yes, you get yourself a Barkley or McCaffrey, but as you can see, running backs are gone, are slim and trim. There goes Hopkins, and we're coming up here. We got our Derrick Henry. Again, I'm okay with going Montgomery here. I'm going to take a quick glance at wide receiver. I see Ridley there, and there's a huge ceiling for him. So I'm tempted to get my ace wide receiver here Very, very tempted. But again, when you talk best player, you're almost tempted. You could go, man, Montgomery may come back around. You know what? Let's just switch things up here. Let's go. I usually go robust RB, but I'm going to go ahead and draft Calvin Ridley. So Calvin Ridley is in. Again, Calvin Ridley, it's tough because they've got Pitts there, 157 freed up targets approximately based on 2019, guys. Based on 2019, Julio Jones had 157 targets. Now Ridley, that's freed up. Now Kyle Pitts could get that. Ridley's as safe as they come based on volume. Matt Ryan throws the ball a lot. I went with Ridley. I'm confident in that. And I'm hoping I still get Montgomery coming back. I'd be okay with that as well, okay? So second round here, Diggs, Allaire. Again, Allaire typically falls to third. But again, these are the Counsel Nation, so a lot of running backs are coming off very heavy early second 2 rounds, okay? We got Tyreek Hill, Kelsey, Austin Eckler, Josh Jacobs, Aaron Jones, DeAndre Hopkins, Calvin Ridley I went with, and then Joe Mixon coming in at, the third to last pick in the second round. 2 more picks here in the second round. We're going to round out to third, okay? So again, guys, you want to go robust RB, but so many running backs are literally coming off the board so fast. And again, especially in a Counsel Nation type of draft where they get sniped early because they're following the robust RB strategy. Why do I go robust RB to the new listeners here? Simple, guys. It's very, very simple. It's because the most scarce position on the board, okay? There's only a handful of running backs that are slated to get, minimal committee, right? They're going to have maximum volume. There's only a handful of them. There's about 9 players that can do that, okay? So again, go robust RB, but in this case, they're going fast, okay? So DK Metcalf and Darren Waller to round out the second round, okay? So now we're starting the third round. David Montgomery got sniped. I'm not doing this live, but I guess somebody's taking the closest to a workhorse running back that there is, which was David Montgomery. And literally, you can see how slim and trim it is already in the third round. I don't trust any of these running backs. If I were to bank on upside, you could go Michael Carter as a running back sleeper, Javonte Williams, but way too early to grab these guys. I can wait a little bit. Now I'm in a position where I might even look at tight end here. And I'm tempted to go Kyle Pitts, Hawkinson, Mark Andrews. I mean, I don't really know about Kittle. I think there's gonna be more volume and upside with these guys. We're coming up here. There goes George Kittle, best player on the board. I mean, the ceiling of Hawkinson, because they don't have any wide receivers, Detroit, is appealing as well here. These guys aren't going to be there coming back. I mean, this is the only year I'm tempted to go tight end here. Take a quick glance. There goes the sign. Take a quick glance at wide receivers. And you could go Jefferson, but I think Thielen is just as good. I mean, is Jefferson going to have a sophomore slump? Nobody really knows. I liked him in the 8th round last year. Am I going to pay a 3rd round this year? I don't know. I'm probably going to say no. I'm going to look for a running back, right? But again, this is Counsel Nation. They're sniping me every single year. James Robinson's the safest guy here, but I'm just going to go here and switch things up completely. I'm going to go Hawkins. I'm going to go Kyle Pitts here, but I already got Ridley, so that's a bad idea. Let's go. You know what? I went Mark Andrews here, guys. I went Mark Andrews. And the reason is, let me see here if it picked up here. Yeah, I went Mark Andrews. And again, this is not how my roster typically looks because I like to load up on running backs. I went Mark Andrews because he's the main guy there in Baltimore, period. Like, he is the guy. It secures my tight end, and I'm good to go. And I'm going to make a comment here. Yes, you guys sniped my RBs. Damn it. Had to switch things up. And I'm just typing to the group here. Switch things up. So, yeah, I mean, am I happy with this team? No, I'm not crazy about them. But had I gone 12th, 11th, I would have been able to double up on 2 running backs I'd feel more solid with. I wasn't able to do that because I went early. I went 4th, right? So, considering I'm in this league, there is no running backs to get. So I got pretty much the best players available there, okay? That I thought based on position. Because again, I can wait and still get a slew of a whole ton of wide receivers, okay? You can see here a ton of wide receivers still available. Believe me, guys, there's so many. And then when you're looking at running back, again, so slim and trim. Chris Carson, who doesn't be able to finish season. Kareem Hunt, again, you got Nick Chubb to contend with. James Robinson, you got ATN to contend with. You got Miles Sanders, who I don't really trust Philly at all, man. These guys are flirting with guys like Todd Gurley and other guys. J.K. Dobbins, now you're contending with a quarterback that likes to, to run 1,000 yards. Okay, so it's very, very messy, guys. It's very messy when it comes to running backs. That's why you gotta go early, okay, on these running backs. Did I hit the wrong button here? I think I hit something. Hopefully I didn't screw this up. All right, so again, when I'm looking at this, Pat Mahomes coming off the board here, Justin Jefferson. So let's recap round 3, guys listening in the car. David Montgomery, George Kittle, DeAndre Swift, Mark Andrews was what we went with. A.J. Brown, again, now you're contending with Julio Jones. Is A.J. Brown worth a 3rd-round pick? Not for me, no. Pat Mahomes, again, so much depth, guys. So much depth at quarterback. I like myself a Russell Wilson, a Justin Herbert, a guy I can get later. They've got Ryan Tannehill's out there, Matt Ryan's. Carson Wentz should have a good year this year. There's so much depth at quarterback. Literally, you can wait. Pat Mahomes, obviously a stud. We understand that. Is he going to have the similar year he had a couple years ago with 50 touchdowns? Very possible, but a 3rd-round pick, a little early for me, okay? Justin Jefferson coming off, then Michael Thomas. Now, Michael Thomas in the 3rd round, great value, better than the top 5 pick overall last year. Now you've got Breeze out, your suspect at quarterback, always a question mark, okay? Keenan Allen coming off here, love Keenan Allen. I like Josh Palmer for free later on, young, dynamic. They've got Herbert there. I love Herbert this year. Keenan Allen, again, a little aging, getting older, but obviously the primary target for Herbert. Obviously going to eat, still going to have a solid year. I like the value in 3rd round. I really do for Keenan Allen. Hopefully he stays healthy, and if so, monster year coming up for Keenan Allen, top 5, top 10 potential, barring any type of injury. Hopefully he stays healthy, okay? I got, my watch is talking to me during my draft. Ooh, Michael Carter, 3rd round. Boom. Somebody wants a potential workhorse running back. That's risky. That's a gamble, but I like it. Let me make a comment here. Boom. That's interesting. That is nice. Carter. Wow. Could be a workhorse. That is interesting. So that shows you that these guys are out working hard, man. Trying to spot those running backs. I mean, he could have waited on Michael Carter. Michael Carter would have fallen probably a couple more rounds, maybe, but not in this league. Not with Counsel Nation trying to get those running backs. That is wild. I mean, Michael Carter is slated to have a big year, but we will see. So let's recap 3rd round. David Montgomery, George Kittle, the full 3rd round. DeAndre Swift, Mark Andrews, A.J. Brown, Pat Mahomes, Justin Jefferson, Michael Thomas, Keenan Allen, Michael Carter, Terry McLaurin, and J.K. Dobbins here coming off here at the end of the 3rd round. Dobbins. Again, I don't like a running back that's going to be contending with a quarterback that's going to be rushing 1,000 yards, okay? So let's take a quick glance at quarterbacks available here. Again, guys, you guys should host your league here on Fantrax. It's totally customizable, by the way. Fantrax.com/FFC for Fantasy Football Counselor. Again, you guys are going to love the customization of your year-long leagues, dynasty leagues, whatever. Everything is available here, Fantrax.com/FFC. Make sure you guys host your leagues and get rid of those other fluffy places to host your leagues, okay? So, 4th round here, Al Robinson, Justin Herbert. Love Herbert, man. Love him this year. Kareem Hunt, Miles Sanders, and Myles Gaskin. Again, Myles Gaskin, I'm not really sold on because I'm not really sold on Miami. There goes James Robinson in and around mid 3rd round or 4th round, sorry. Not bad value, predicated to the fact that they believe in him and he gets, the volume that we want. But again, Travis Etienne, early draft capital, Jacksonville Jaguars. Is Robinson still going to be the guy? What's the attempts going to look like? The fact that they drafted Etienne so early is so disgraceful to James Robinson. Absolute disgrace. So going to be interesting to see how that plays out. So we are looking at another running back. I'm okay with Javonte Williams here. I'm okay. I think he could boom. Melvin Gordon, I just not sold, man. 1,000 yard rushing season in 6 seasons that he's played. David Johnson in a bit of a committee, Leonard Fournette, you got Rojo there. You got a team that throws the ball a lot. The volume won't be there. Drake, I don't trust. A.J. Dillon, unless Aaron Jones goes down. A.J. Dillon doesn't become a major factor, although he does get more integration this year. Travis Etienne, James Conner. I hate Arizona for running backs in fantasy football. Singletary, I'm not sold on at all, or Zach Moss, and that, I'm just not sold. I'm not sure what's going on. Zach Moss could be the guy. Madison very early. So we're up here. Theoretically, Chris Carson's the best bet here. We're really slim and trim, and I know I can wait on wide receiver because there's a ton of depth right here at wide receiver. All these guys I'm okay to pass on. Evans, he's in a bit of a committee there. Wide receiver committee where they spread the ball around. I'm going to look at running back, and I hate to do this because of injury, but I'm just going to go Chris Carson here. And I'm going to go Javonte Williams coming back. I don't care. Now, I usually anchor my team with an ace quarterback. Let's see who's available at quarterback. I mean, Josh Allen, Kyler Murray, Lamar Jackson, Dak Prescott, Russell Wilson, great value here. I could grab one of them coming back. Also options. But again, it's a mock draft. We're having some fun here, just looking at some different options. Wide receiver, again, I can wait. There's a ton of wide receivers. But although I wouldn't mind grabbing, let's say, a Thielen here, Deontay Johnson. I mean, we're going into the 5th round. So 5th round to get Deontay isn't bad, though technically the wide receiver 1 on a team where the quarterback throws like 600 attempts a season, right? So that's going to be interesting to see if Deontay falls here. I think he does. Thielen, again, good value for the 5th round. Technically and theoretically could still be the wide receiver 1 on that offense. We don't know. I mean, yes, he is the touchdown guy. Jefferson could be the volume guy, but Thielen still, he's going to eat. He is, still the 1-1-2, 1B, whatever you want to call it, right? Robert Woods, I'm not really sold on the Rams. He could have a good year. He's always safe as usual. I still think, Kupp is the guy there, and he's gone, is he not? So let me recap here. 4th round, Allen Robinson, Justin Herbert, Kareem Hunt, Miles Sanders, Miles Gaskin, James Robinson, CeeDee Lamb, TJ Hawkinson, Chris Carson, Julio Jones, Josh Allen, and Dak Prescott. As you can see, those quarterbacks coming off the board. Good value, 4th round. Better than the 2nd round pick. Everybody invested in Lamar Jackson last year, and he busted. Remember that, okay? You can wait on quarterbacks, but it's also nice to anchor your team with an ace quarterback, which I talk about in the 16-round draft solution. All right, guys, last round here for you YouTubers. Make sure you guys subscribe, leave a thumbs up. Let me know what you guys think of the draft. Again, if you're drafting early, let me implore this to you guys. If you're drafting early, top 5, top 6 picks, it's very unlikely that you're going to get yourself another ace running back, the guy that's really not going to have a committee coming back. Well, maybe you will, but not so much in this league anyway with Counsel Nation, but it's unlikely you're going to get a true workhorse running back. You could get a Josh Jacobs and a Montgomery, and they could be workhorse running backs, but that's it. Other guys, I'm not sold. I'm not sold on Dobbins being a workhorse running back. I'm not sold on, who else is there? DeAndre Swift being a workhorse running back, okay? So the end of round 2, if you're drafting early, it's going to get slim and trim fast, okay? And there goes Javonte Williams, got sniped. See, guys, I went Carson, I lost Williams. So, again, looking at running backs, it's done. I don't like any of these running backs. There is some upside with some guys, but, Trey Sermon could get some work, but they always spread the ball around. Man, I'm going to get my ace quarterback here. Let's secure Russell Wilson and call it a day. So, again, guys, as you can see here, drafting against people that have your same mindset, it's very hard for me to get the draft that I want. And that's why I don't compete with people that follow my content, because it's not going to work in my favor. But as you can see here, guys, a lot of robust RB situations and looking pretty good. So final recap here, round 4, and then we're going to recap round 5. And we're going to call it a day here for this mock draft. Okay. If you are going late 1st round, you are eligible to get the 2 workhorse running backs. A little more flexibility, but you will lose some of the workhorse running backs early on as well, okay? Like you're going to lose your Henry, your Saquon, all those guys. I'm screaming here. My throat's dry, okay? 1 sec. All right, so starting off the 5th round, Cooper Kupp, Adam Thielen, Javonte Williams. And I really think Javonte Williams is going to take that job. Again, the Broncos are looking for a workhorse running back. If they believe Melvin Gordon was the guy, they wouldn't have drafted Javonte Williams so early. Russell Wilson anchored my team with an ace quarterback. I really don't like my running back situation, but I still got Henry and I got Carson. I'm okay. It is what it is. But again, drafting against people that think like you, they take all the running backs. Travis Etienne coming off the board here with the 5th pick, and we're going to round out this draft here. Now, just to recap round 4, I see CeeDee Lamb off the board. Man, I love the talent. Okay, I love it. But the problem is here, and it's a major problem, is that you've got other great wide receivers. Not great, but above par wide receivers, Amari Cooper and Gallup, and they're going to be taking some of that volume. So it's like a 3-headed monster there. I'm a big volume guy, but I guess round 4 is decent value, but I'm not sold. Michael Gallup could be the one. Cooper could be the one. All right, so Travis Etienne, number 5. Kyle Pitts coming off the board. Great value. I saw him come off 3rd round in a money league. And, there is some speculation, some doubt. He's a rookie. We don't know. But obviously, they got rid of Julio. There's something that the Falcons are seeing. I think he's going to be a receiver. He played like a receiver in college. I'm excited to see the upside of this guy, man. Theoretically, probably the best physically talented player coming out of the 2021 draft. So I'm excited to see what happens with Kyle Pitts. Aaron Rodgers coming off the board. We hear that he renewed his golf country club in Green Bay membership, so he's probably staying in Green Bay. Jordan Love ready to go. Aaron Rodgers, I think there's going to be a decline this year, but I could be wrong, right? Kyler Murray coming off next, Mike Evans, and then who's this guy? Raheem Mostert, right? I can't even read. Raheem Mostert coming off, and then we got 2 more picks to round it out. Make sure you guys are subscribed, thumbs up. Let me know what you guys think of the draft. Let me know which position you like drafting from. Did you like going early? Did you like going late? You can see kind of how things play out. And this is literally like your worst case scenario. You're drafting with Lions here, and you can see that running backs come off early. Typically you're going to get more running backs when you're drafting against average guys or guys that follow the consensus and consensus. You're going to see wide receivers come off early in the first round because they're just following the herd, right? So literally you're going to see a little bit of a different scenario when you're drafting with the consensus here, okay? All right, so let's see here for a sec. We're going to round this up. Amari Cooper coming off here. And to round it out, Deontay Johnson, which is immense value here in the 5th round. I see him coming off as early as the late 3rd, believe it or not, in mock drafts. So there you have it, guys. 5 rounds with the Fantasy Football Counselor, walking you through a strategy, particularly the robust RB strategy, but I couldn't really execute it here as good as I wanted to, but made up with some really good players based on position. Theoretically, huge volume getters at every position, and feel good with anchoring my team with an ace quarterback. Now, I'm going to go ahead and get a backup quarterback eventually, and there's a ton of depth at that position. Okay, guys? Subscribe, thumbs up. That is your mock draft. I appreciate you guys being here, and I'm out. We'll talk soon.